Welcome, everybody, to the Zelda Universe Podcast. Grateful for you to join us as we explore once again the many memories, experiences, and today in particular, some explorations for the future. Are you? We're not expecting that?
Nope. I mean, yes.
Maybe.
I'm just so invested in your opening remarks. Sorry, go on.
Oh, why, thank you so much. I have done something. Maybe good. Zara, it is wonderful to have you back with us.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be back. It's been a while since I've joined.
Jason, a pleasure as always.
Hey, how's it going, y'all? Yep, pleasure's all mine. Thank you, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy 2026 to both of you and to everybody listening to the podcast. And happy beginning of, though it's not official until February, beginning of Zelda's 40th anniversary.
Yes, sir.
If you are old enough to remember, then you are older than all of us.
What is the date?
February.
It's February.
Look real quick. February 21st, 1986 was the day that the original Legend of Zelda was released in Japan.
That's awesome.
It would not be released in the United States until August of 87.
Yep.
Which is actually, it happened about a week after I was born. So
Nice.
that's how old I am.
Nice. We're well seasoned, Connor.
We're old. We are officially old.
Well seasoned. That's how I like to call it.
Yeah, millennials everywhere. I'm lamenting, honestly.
I saw a thing, I think it was earlier this morning. It said, I'm trying to convince my students or somebody or my children that I am older than Google, and they don't believe me.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's wild.
That's rough.
There's an existential crisis to that. Actually, I don't even participate in all that much. I don't understand the whole "I feel old" thing. I've never really had that.
No, I've always felt the same age.
Yeah. I mean,
Exactly. That's the whole thing. It's like, I'll be turning 39 this year. Okay. I don't feel that much different than I did 2 days ago.
I keep saying that 30 is the new 20, 40 is the new 30. You just subtract 10 years from what your actual age is. That's how old you actually feel or should feel.
Yeah. No,
I
you're
don't
right.
know how old I'm supposed to feel. So, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
I know.
I'm still sitting here talking about video games. So, by many
Right.
definitions, I haven't grown up yet. So, maybe
Yeah.
I'm still 15.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a hobby. You know, there's people in their old age still doing things like golf and chess and everything. Nobody says anything to them about it. So why should video games be any
Yeah.
different? It's just what we do, you know, for the newer age. I used to feel like that before, but, you know, like maybe it was like something wrong. But like as I've grown older, I've met people who are older than us in their 80s, 70s. They still play video games. They have no shame in it. It's just something they do. It's something they have fun with. So why should we be any different, you know? So I've just come to embrace it. Plus, we're pretty good at the games we play. So I don't know.
Well,
what to say,
Yeah, I mean,
some
but-
of us are
Jason.
good at the games. Some of us are not.
you know,
I'm not. I enjoy it though. I'm not
you're
a
pretty
competitive
good.
gamer.
I've seen you play when you were
You
streaming.
saw me play. You
You
saw me
were
play
doing
Tears
good.
of the Kingdom and
Yeah,
get hit by
you-
all the lightning bolts
You were doing good.
and get
so-
lost a lot.
That's the idea.
No, I was not good. I was not. You've seen me, but that doesn't mean I don't have fun. But then again, that was my first time playing that, or that particular dungeon or whatever. Like I'm not, it takes me a while to get acclimated, and then I beat it once, and then I go back, and I'm like, I can do it now.
There's a video game journalist out there who was reviewing a game. I believe it was Cuphead.
Oh yeah, that one's hard.
He couldn't get past the tutorial.
I couldn't get
So-
past level 1. Yeah.
So you're better than that, at least. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know. I was doing co-op. But yeah, Cuphead is crazy. No, I
That's funny.
think you're right. I think there's like a lot of seniors or elderly people who are gravitating towards games if as a newer hobby or maybe as, you know, they've been doing it for a while, but I see that more commonly now and it's actually pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it is.
We'll have a lot of opportunity to talk about games as we move on forward, but let's do a little bit of predictive forecasting. I was thinking about this earlier. Nintendo actually really hasn't given Zelda too much fanfare on their anniversaries. The only thing I can think of was when Skyward Sword came out on Nintendo's 20th?
25th? No.
I think it was 25th, 15. No, it can't be 15.
I feel like it was 25th, but I could be
20. It's 20
lying
or
about that.
25th. And they, if you pre-ordered, you got the orchestrated
Yeah.
disc, the
I
CD.
still have mine.
I still have mine as well.
I still have mine as well.
Jason's like, I'm not bragging about it. That's not.
It was the little gold disc, right? With the
That's
Yes.
not really a flex because
Yeah.
that wasn't limited edition or anything, right?
I
It
don't
might have
know.
been.
Well, I have the golden Wiimote.
I do too.
As do I.
Okay, well, you know what? We're too nerdy for this. We're too intense, the three of us.
That's
There's no
funny.
way.
We're ready. We need
Yeah.
all of the stuff, Nintendo.
Yeah.
And yet, aside from that one, they really haven't. They've pulled out most of the stops for Mario, but they really haven't given Zelda much love on its anniversaries.
Well,
So
believe-
I'm wondering what could they possibly be doing?
like, are you thinking they're gonna release, like, announce a new game? Is that what you think? That would be on par. That would make sense, but
I feel like we should get something because the 35th we didn't really get anything. With the 40th being so close to, Zelda's movie coming out, I would feel like they would want to drum up some hype. So at the least, maybe we'll get that long rumored Twilight Princess Wind Waker double pack HD.
people keep fantasizing about.
We keep dreaming. We keep hoping.
I don't know
Yeah.
why people. I keeping hope alive. I mean, I'm all for it, but
I mean, I would like something. Yeah.
I've
something
heard
nice.
that Nintendo has confirmed. Maybe I just read the headline. I didn't really read the body of this article, but Nintendo has said no to a potential Ocarina remake that people thought was coming. I don't know if that's. Have you guys heard this?
That sounds
No, I haven't.
vaguely like something somebody probably said at some point because, of course, we have to remake everything. We are not sitting still until we get that Zelda's Adventure for the CDI remake.
Yeah, I heard something about an Ocarina remake on Switch 2, I presume, but like that's not happening, I think.
They don't need to do that. All they need to do is just give us Ocarina of Time 3DS and Majora's Mask 3DS on the Switch 2. I think that would be quite enough. They wouldn't have to remake anything. Those are already remakes technically. And
Remake
just,
of a remake?
accessible on the Switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give it to us on Switch 2. I think it would fit perfectly.
Give Ocarina of Time the Final Fantasy VII remake treatment.
Oh gosh, stop, Connor. I can't get excited. Don't
Literally
give me hope,
everything,
man.
expand the story, voice
give
acting,
me hope.
everything.
Was 7 the one where the characters were all chunky and short
Yes.
and like they were like polygons? Like they
Yeah.
had like yeah, that was really
Yeah.
cute. I don't know what system that was, PlayStation or PlayStation.
That was the original
first
PlayStation graphics,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's really good for the original
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation.
it was ahead of its time.
But they redid all of that, right? Yeah.
Yes, this is a complete aside. Final Fantasy VII has the remake is a trilogy of games, and they've done parts 1 and 2, and part 3 is currently in production. We don't know when it's going to be released.
The one game has 3 parts, or it's got.
The game was really big back in the day, so they've taken parts of it and made it.
They
like,
made it even
bigger.
really,
So,
really big.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's absolutely great if you
Okay.
ever want to check it out.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
I'm still working on 12, so
There's nothing wrong with that.
I've had it.
12 is
So
good.
it's good, but they're just really long games.
Yes.
Yeah.
JRPGs
Yeah.
are notoriously very, very long. Okay, we're getting way, way off track. I will
No,
say...
we're not. Let us talk about Final Fantasy.
Wrong podcast.
Okay, all right.
I will say that Nintendo has been pretty consistent about dropping a Zelda game pretty much every year.
Yeah. They have. And I think they said that they wanted to do that.
I tend to pretend that Hyrule Warriors doesn't exist, so you'll have to excuse me.
How dare you? Hyrule Warriors is great. I just finished 100%ing it this week.
It's not my favorite. But then
Nice.
again, I think the only one I tried the one on the Wii U. I think that was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I tried that. I didn't really love it. I played one. I think I did co-op on the Switch. I don't know what it's called.
Age of
though.
Calamity.
Age of
Age of
Calamity. The one with
Calamity.
Rivali. I mean, I
Yep.
guess he's in
Yeah.
all of them. Age of Calamity.
No, he's not in all of them.
Okay, well, he's in this one.
He's just in the one.
Age of Calamity. And I don't know. I just don't like the slashy nature of it. It's just like you have to. It's just kill all these enemies, and it's.
That's hey, if that's not the kind of game that you enjoy, then it's not the kind of game you enjoy. That's fine.
That's
It's
Continue.
okay.
fine. Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah.
We're not holding it against you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Age of Imprisonment is the only canon Zelda title in that trilogy anyway.
Okay.
Not that I care about that.
For some reason.
All right.
Um,
Cool. I'm trying to keep it straight in my mind. I haven't played it, so I don't know.
Canonicity is a hilarious topic. Watch
Really,
them
it
come
is.
out with another
It is.
revamped timeline to the chagrin of literally everyone.
Yeah. I'm doing my first playthrough right now with Spirit Tracks.
Ooh, nice.
Loving
That's a
it.
good game.
But
Yeah.
oh my God,
Good.
it's so good. Way better than Phantom Hourglass. Sorry, hot take. But at least for me, I just didn't find that one to be very good.
It's not a hot take. That is very much the consensus.
But I'm confused because I'm like, what timeline am I in? Because Nico is old and Zelda's there, but she's not the same Zelda. It's like they're young.
Tetra is her grandmother, and
Yeah.
this is the current Princess Zelda.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I was a little confused. I was like, where did Link go? Or just he died.
Link's driving a train now, obviously.
But the original Link, the one who Nico knew as a child.
He probably died.
I don't-
Everyone dies.
I can't handle that. That's too dark.
It's not dark. It's called age. Nico just happened to live longer than the others.
Really though,
Nico's like
He's
Impa.
Nico happens to be my favorite character from Wind Waker, so I was pretty happy.
Oh, okay.
Really?
One of my favorites. Tetra's my favorite, but I love Nico. I love him so much.
That's
His life
funny.
is sad. I feel for him. You know, he has
I
to
think
wash
he's
their
a-
Swabby.
underwear. Like,
Yeah, he's a little
You
bad.
know?
Hey, somebody's got to do the laundry.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
spend every day on a pirate ship with all of these swashbucklers without having clean garments?
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's just because he's the newbie, or he was, and then then Link shows up and he's like, "I'm not
That's
the newbie
funny.
anymore.
I am no longer the Swabby.
I'm no longer the Swabby."
And then Link got shot out of a catapult, and then he was the Swabby again. It's a very short-lived time Nico gets to spend as not at the bottom of the totem pole.
Really though.
He enjoys every second of
And
it,
then
though.
they leave him in the ship when they go to have their party. Anyway, it's just funny on so many levels to me. Sorry, you can't come to the party.
Someone's got to watch after the ship and the bombs that we just appropriated.
Yes. Anyway, I got us off topic. You were saying one game every year.
About one game every year, yeah.
So we're thinking another game's coming?
Not necessarily a new game, but chances are a remake or something
Okay.
like that.
I think they've stated they want to have a Zelda at least once a year. They've said that before, right?
Okay.
Wait, they've stated that they want to release one every year?
I believe so. I believe so. I remember hearing.
I don't never reading that or hearing that, but I mean
I don't
believe
remember
you.
hearing that either. I just noticed a consistent release.
That seems a lot.
You can probably look it up.
This ain't Pokemon.
I know, right?
Isn't
oh,
Pokemon
God.
like 2 or 3 a year now? Like I can't keep up, I swear.
Jeez, man.
Something
it's
like that.
excessive with Pokemon.
I've given up. I'm still on Violet. Well, I got to the end, but I have to do the second part where we have to beat all the gym leaders again. It's just too much for me. Anyway, I'm still on that, basically.
That's funny.
I haven't played any of the Legends ones. I really want to play them, but it's just like...
They're very fun.
It seems like a lot to take on, but...
They're very fun. Like,
yeah.
Extremely so.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what... If I were to make a prediction right now, what the next Zelda or remake might be coming.
Well, of course you don't know. That's why we're predicting.
No, what I mean is I don't feel safe making any bets on it. That's what I mean, Connor. No, I have insider information. You have no idea. I might.
That's good.
He's not even listening. He's doing research.
Yeah, I'm doing research. I have Zelda releases. So Age of Imprisonment was last year, November 25. Echoes of Wisdom, 24. 23 had Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, so Jason's very right.
We didn't technically have a gap because we didn't have anything in 22, but we had Game & Watch Legend of Zelda in November and Skyward Sword HD in 21.
Okay.
Age of Calamity was 2020. Link's Awakening Remake 19. Hyrule Warriors Definitive 2018. Breath of the Wild 2017. Twilight Princess My Nintendo Picross, as well as Twilight Princess HD in 2016. Hyrule Warriors Legends 2016. Triforce Heroes 2015.
You're traumatizing me.
Majora's Mask 3D 2015. It's 15, 14, 14, 14, 13, 13.
I regret not getting a copy of Twilight Princess HD. Biggest regret.
And now you know why everyone's clamoring to have Twilight Princess on the Switch.
Let's just not talk about it. Oh, yeah. I would be in that camp, I guess. I really like the Wii U, though.
Yeah, I love my Wii U.
Much maligned system, but I actually really like it.
I liked it, too.
Yeah, I did, too.
So I would mind a copy on Wii U if I could get my hands on one, but okay. So we think it's more likely that they'll do a remake if they announce one this year.
Unless they got a completely new game.
Any game that we released this year is either going to be something very small or a remake, because that's going to be the easiest thing for them to produce.
Well, let me ask you guys this. What's on your wish list? Like, what's your...
Oh, gosh.
Like, what would you want? If you could say, would you want a Twilight Princess remake? Would you want, I don't know, something completely
Okay, Connor
new?
already opened the door. My biggest wish is Final Fantasy 7-ish remake of Ocarina, albeit maybe Twilight Princess. Yeah, I know they're not going to do that. If I can't have that, then just give me Ocarina of Time 3DS and Majora's Mask 3DS on the Switch too. Maybe update the graphics a little bit, and I'll take that. If I can't get that, I don't even know, because I mean I had Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD, so I'm not miffed about it. But if they give us that, I'd take it too. Other than that, I don't know what I would really want from them right now besides a new Zelda game, and even that I'm kind of feeling like it's too early, and or like I wouldn't know what I wouldn't know what I would want from a new Zelda game that would really just give me more than like Tears did. So I don't know, like my hope thing is kind of gone right now. Like,
I am with you on the don't know what to expect from the next game.
I don't.
I've had several people ask me that, and when people ask that question, what are you expecting from the next game? It's really not a question you can ask random people and expect a coherent answer, really. Because to really get into that kind of idea, you would need to be some kind of game designer to be like, okay, so imagine this as game concepts. I suppose if I were to be hard pressed on that front, I miss having a companion. I want a more cohesive story.
Yeah, same. Absolutely. Coherent story, too. I don't know how I feel about the open world, choose your own order kind of thing.
See, that's my problem with
it's
it
disorienting.
now. Like, Breath of the Wild and Tears have spoiled me on like an open world Zelda. So
you kind of can't have both.
Yeah, like anything less than that, I'd feel like I'd have less of a game, and I don't really want to do that, because.
Well, define less of a game. Is Ocarina of Time less than Breath of the Wild?
Of course not.
Heavens, no. Yeah, I like linear. Yeah.
Because if they were to do a Final Fantasy VII-esque type of game, that would totally be a very linear experience.
That's not a new game being explored. That's an older game being renewed. That's different. I can take that. But if you're bringing me a new game, like I there's a lot that I would want that I don't know that I would necessarily get. Like I would still want an open world. I would still want Link to surf on his shield whenever I care about it. I'd still want to drop from the sky as high as I can get. Like I know I'm not gonna get all that. So it's like I don't know what to really want. Okay, you know what they could give me? They could give me a Link that fights like he's fights in the Hyrule Warrior games instead of that same 5-hit combo he has in Breath of the Wild and Tears. I'll take that. If you just give me another game where he doesn't fight like with the same 5-hit combo, I'll make do with it. But like I don't know. Like I've gotten so much from Breath of the Wild and Tears. I don't know what they could give me that I want that would feel like it's complete. So it'd be like a bunch of minor things, and I know they're not going to do that. So I don't know. I just don't have a other than what I want. I just see what they do. You know, like if I like it, I like it. It's cool. So I don't know.
Nintendo has treated Zelda with a consistent level of care and passion, where I am not too worried about what exactly they are going to produce. That being said, it also, to me, feels like the open world concept has been explored, not necessarily in its entirety, but definitely very thorough, to the point that I think it would be worth taking a break from that being the primary focus of the game. Zelda has always had a level of open world exploration to some degree or another. Some very small, some it's...
Ocarina of Time was open world for me as a child.
Yes, it very much was.
Not very much, but to the extent that it could be, like back then, it was open world.
You know what my first open world with Zelda was? Zelda 1.
Zelda 1,
Same.
yes! It's so
Zelda
open
1.
world. That's a very good point, Jason.
Yeah.
There's nowhere you can't really go. There are some places you can't go, I feel. But
there's only one place that you cannot go from the get-go, and that is the final... Technically, you can even get into the final dungeon. You just can't get past the second room of the final dungeon because you need the completed Triforce. Aside from that, you can go anywhere you want as long as you survived the trip.
Yeah, it made things a little confusing. It's not obvious where you have to go, right? It's like, dungeon number 1? Actually, that one's not so hard to find.
I mean, if they gave me like a Twilight Princess-sized game that looked good and looked like Twilight, and maybe had like a
E3 demo.
Like a Final Fantasy VII type treatment to it.
I still...
Bait and switch, more Wind Waker.
Yeah. Even Wind Waker was good.
God, what could have been?
Wind Waker was great. I'm just... that when you said E3, it's like, yes.
But didn't everybody hate Wind Waker in the beginning?
Yes.
I was too young to remember that. I think I was like 10.
No, some people did, yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not just some people, dude. I remember.
Hated it. I think initially when they saw the trailer.
They saw Toon Link and revolted. The reason Twilight Princess exists
is because of Wind Waker.
Was because Nintendo was trying to bring back the American fan base. They hated Wind Waker so much.
Yeah, he was trying to. They were trying to appease old fans who were like not having it with Wind Waker, basically.
It's crazy too because Wind Waker is technically open world exploration in a way, with the sea.
Not in a way, in a literal way. In fact, Wind Waker had more open exploration than anything short of the original Zelda up to that point.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like.
You can make an argument, really, that a lot of Zeldas pre-Breath of the Wild are very open world. Just not format-wise, but in terms of exploration.
Well, like I said, it's a primary feature of the Zelda franchise, is that kind of freedom to go. You've been placed in a world you've never experienced before. Go out, find what it is that is there waiting for you. It's always been the case. The level has been played with, Skyward Sword being the most linear, essentially, of them. But even Skyward Sword had opportunities for you to fly around, see what's out there. What additional little bonuses can you find? Oh, here's a goddess cube. Where does that go? Oh, it's up there. There's a bonus for me to find.
You gotta go down and then come back up. You have to think about it. It's like later I gotta remember to go back to the sky because I unlocked this thing. Right?
So,
Yeah.
so now, okay, if I could have the wish that you asked me earlier, I would say
You're gonna change your wish?
Yeah. I would say, and I think kind of knows I've said this before. Take the world of Breath of the Wild, like that map that they have, whatever. Remake it to fit like the older games, like Legend of Zelda or Zelda 2 or Ocarina or something, but in that like sandbox that they already created, and do the game like that. I would play it. You know what I mean? Like you could maybe just, it wouldn't be everything, but like use that sandbox to like recreate Zelda 1 or Zelda 2 or Ocarina.
Oh man, yeah, I'd
and
love a
how
Zelda
it
1
looks.
remake.
I would play that. I would
Yeah.
enjoy the heck out of that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
That's a great suggestion.
Because then they wouldn't have to do too much. They would just be reusing. Like it'd be like I don't know, explain it. Like if you ever played,
It's like you have the game already, but you just have to like
Like have you ever played
the
Fortnite?
graphic. No, well I've seen it.
No, I have good taste in games.
Yeah, same here. We're not Gen Z. Get out of here.
We're old, remember?
Listen. My old ass plays Fortnite, but anyway.
There
So
are a lot of
like
older-
they
yeah.
they let them like create like different like landscapes and locales with the map and the design, and you get some of the best stuff you've ever seen, and it's just that sandbox. That's what I'm saying. Like Nintendo has already created a sandbox. They've already used it more than once. They use it twice. Like just keep that and make other older Zelda games within it, or just something like that. I don't know. That's what I would like, but who knows?
You would have a hard time expanding the older games to fit that size of a map.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They don't need the full map. They just need the parts that make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's already there. Just
Yeah, but they've increased the scale of everything that it would be really, really difficult to scale down or section off.
would it though?
I think it would. For example, if you look at Ocarina of Time and just say, okay, well, here's Hyrule Castle now. The Lost Woods is in a place that makes absolutely no sense for what we have for the Kokiri. The Gerudo are all the way down in the southwest.
But couldn't they like move it?
But that's what I'm saying. They would have to redo the map to make it fit. But like I don't see what they couldn't do. Like they've kind of done it with the Hyrule Warrior games. When they go back in time, like you see the castles there, you see the castle town, you see Ravi, not Ravi,
Rivali?
Robbie in Pura's like lab, the way it used to look, like the way the towns
Robbie.
used to look, and it's all within that map that they created in
Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but that's at the same location.
And it's the same thing with Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. You see the past and where the old castle used to be, on the area where the plateau is, and like they've already done it a couple times. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't feel like it would be hard to do, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah, but the challenge that you're going to have there is that the more games you try and set with that, the more you're going to end up getting restricted by what has already been done. This is one of the things that Zelda has done really well, in that you have a few core principles regarding the Triforce, Hyrule, Zelda, Ganondorf, but everything else is open to wherever the game designers and the story crafters' imaginations want to take them. And so they're not held down by what has been done previously. The more you try and do that in a location that has already been set, you will get more of the same problems that we saw with Tears of the Kingdom supposedly being a sequel to Breath of the Wild, and yet there were so many things that never meshed properly. So the more you would have that, the more discord that you would have, which would make a less enjoyable product overall, especially if you kept doing that over and over again.
Well, like I said, I don't know what to expect then. Just see what they do.
Didn't Nintendo basically announce or state recently that they're like done with the era of the wild setting, And they're kind of moving onwards to a different thing. That's kind of how I interpreted it, whatever it was I had seen.
That is the overarching belief. Yes.
Like this is kind of, and then that begs the question, I guess, the movie, is that going to be set in the wild era or whatever, which presumably it is, but
last rumor I had heard, it was going to be loosely Ocarina of Time based. I don't know how I feel about that.
The outfits don't give Ocarina, but yeah. I'm just trying to suss it out.
It's gonna be Breath of the Ocarina.
Yeah, exactly.
There has been no official word whatsoever about what it's going to be. Considering that the movie is scheduled to come out May of next year, we should be expecting a trailer some point this year.
Oh, maybe we'll get that for the 40th. Maybe we'll get like a starter trailer or something.
Starter trailer, more casting announcements, more reasons for me to get my anxiety thrown up about how this isn't going to work.
That's funny. That's funny.
Well, yeah.
Well, at least we got the Mario 2 movie coming out, and that looks really good. It
seems like they're moving. Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
I forgot about that, actually. In all the Zelda news, I completely forgot about it.
Well, I'm sure they'll remind us.
Yes.
Well, of course, we will keep track of all of the announcements, or lack thereof, that Nintendo brings out in regards to Zelda's 40th. So keep an eye on our posts on Zelda Universe, and you will be informed as soon as they become available. But let's head over into some usual content for our podcast. We're going to start off with Medley's Melodies, the series in which we choose some of our favorite songs from the Legend of Zelda franchise or highlight a special piece of music from the perpetually creative fan community. And it's that second half that we are looking at today, as Rebecca Corrigan has highlighted a piece from composer and producer Lufus, who took two very similar franchises and brought them together in a musically beautiful way. When people have talked about the quality and style of the Zelda games, this is particularly pertinent when we got into the Wind Waker versus Twilight Princess juxtaposition. One of the primary inspirations for Zelda's original art style, looking at some of the older pamphlets in The Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, and even moving forward into the SNES and Game Boy eras, the obvious 2-to-1 inspiration was Ghibli.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so here, Lufus has provided a musical pairing between the two of them. I could talk forever about how much I think this is the art style that the movie should have gone in.
I agree.
Same.
I think the internet would agree with you, Connor.
Yeah, I think everybody would agree.
Oh, good. I'm glad that the internet agrees with me. That never happens.
From what I've seen in comments on social media, people are thirsting for an animated version and not so much a live action. Still, even after the announcements and everything, but I've seen, well, fan art at the very least, but I think I've seen video fan stuff on like YouTube where they take like the Ghibli, like scenes from Ghibli, and they overlay it and stuff and try to make it look like it's something from Ocarina of Time or something. I've seen some of that. Yeah.
There are a lot of screenshots that put that overlay, and it fits perfectly. Princess Mononoke is the obvious comparison here, as their main character, Ashitaka, pairs up with Link very, very well.
Mm-hmm. That was my first thought when I watched that scene in Tears of the Kingdom. I was like, wow. Clear Mononoke reference, right? Cursed arm, yeah.
Well, if you guys remember, there was we did an article maybe or two of a YouTuber named by Rowan Link, and they did a couple Studio Ghibli inspired animations of Link. One of them is the most familiar, I believe, is the Hyrule Castle Town. And it's like Link when he's going to Hyrule Castle Town for the first time, and he's meeting everybody, the dog, Milan, all that.
Yeah. I think that's the one I was thinking of, Jason.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of people really enjoyed that, and it looks really good, and he did a good job.
And like Malan is there too, isn't she?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like, yeah. It's really cute.
yeah.
Super cute. If you haven't
And
seen it,
I,
Connor, go watch it after this.
yeah. So
It's so good.
I think I have, but it's been a hot minute.
Yeah. It's not very long.
The way that the music flows into each other in this piece perfectly highlights this on a musical scale. The reason why everyone clamored and why I clamored for anime Zelda over live action Zelda is that the tone fits perfectly
it fits really well.
between the two of
Yeah.
them. The Legend of Zelda is not a gritty, hard, high fantasy Lord of the Rings-esque adventure. It is
I agree.
and I love Lord of the Rings. Return of the King is the best movie ever. The end.
Yeah.
But Zelda is not it.
Yeah.
Zelda is a child's adventure. Regardless of how adult or hot Link is,
I'm sorry, what?
and how crazy terrifying some of the nightmare-induced fuel that we've experienced over the years is in this game,
Huh.
it is still a simple story of bright, magical adventure, and that is very, very difficult to pull off in live action.
It is. Yeah.
It's funny that you say that too, because arguably you could also say that even though it may not be a Lord of the Rings ish type of adventure, it definitely has more tones of The Hobbit. Even down to the first two Zeldas, in the art style was very similar at that time to The Hobbit in his adventures, with Bilbo and everything. So I always figured, if anything, we got a story and it was animated, it would be something along those lines, which, as everybody knows, Bilbo's adventure was still fraught with danger and trials and everything, but it wasn't as hard as Frodo's adventure and the stuff they had to do. And it was still the
Yeah.
same universe. And I feel like that's always what Zelda was, especially in the beginning. So it would have fit really well. I think the other thing that kind of makes it hard is we actually got a bit of official Nintendo media with Zelda back in Smash Brothers, with the little clip of Palutena and Link, and Pit and Link fighting each other, and that really got everybody
It
excited
was so
for
good.
an animated Zelda like that. So
Mhm.
they haven't done themselves any favors as far as like live action hope, when we've gotten so much like stuff like this, and even an official thing from Nintendo that was something more along the lines of what everybody would want anyway. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird
Yeah.
that they decided to go that route, but we'll see.
It's confusing for sure.
It is. It is, especially with the Mario movie being the way it is, and as successful as it was, and the second one looking to be just the same. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to have no hopes, so I won't get.
I don't know. Like, it might have something to do with the fact that, like, 2D animation, which is kind of like what we're describing, is quite a bit more expensive to finance than like the 3D stuff. I don't know
Is it though?
if it's Ghibli
I'm
quality,
curious.
because Ghibli's hand drawn. I feel
But wasn't Princess Mononoke the last hand drawn one? I swear that was like the whole thing. Like that was the last.
no. I
Movie.
don't. I'm
I
not
think so.
qualified to say, but
We can look it up, but I know it was one of them. It was either Princess Mononoke or maybe Spirited Away or whatever. But I remember,
yeah.
yeah, that
Regardless,
was like,
still a really long process. Even
but
if
those were like
it's-
the last ones that were like officially hand drawn. I remember that during that time because my
Mm.
friend's an artist and he was talking about it, and he was like, that was like the last of the movies that they
Mhm.
did by hand. I think after that they
Mhm.
use whatever they use.
Mononoke uses a little bit of 3D, but it's just like certain parts, and you can tell. like the monster running and stuff.
Those
but
movies, because I'm looking at them right now. I have them: Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke. I can't see the other one, but
I
yeah,
don't have all mine laid out. But my favorite animated series, Studio for sure.
exactly.
I love it.
As far as fact checking our statement here, it depends on how you're going to define hand drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So with hand drawn animation, you are looking at pencil and paper,
Mm-hmm.
which are then photographed and then played in rapid succession like a flip book. That's how
Yeah.
animation used to be done back in the day. After Princess Mononoke, a lot more, basically the primary thing switched from paper cell animation to computer drawn animation. They would still draw stuff,
Yeah.
but it would be a lot more what you normally see these days with digital artists. They would have a digital pad,
Right.
and the images shows up on the screen.
Okay.
It's still a person doing it though.
Yes.
So
it's not, you're not creating a 3-dimensional model of something and you're moving it around in that fashion.
Okay, that
it's
makes
a painstaking process. So
it's a different set of skills. It's a lot of things to talk.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think the fan base would be too happy with like Super Mario movie style, Zelda, that kind.
Oh,
it
absolutely not.
You know what I mean? So it would have, it wouldn't work.
Absolutely
right?
not. That would have been a worse decision than the live action.
Yeah.
When I saw that they were parting with Illumination, my original thought was like, they better not. They better not.
Minions. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I love the Minions, but just not all the
If
time.
Minions ever showed up in Hyrule, I would set the whole place on fire.
No. Come on, we can coexist.
No.
The Minions.
No. And again, it dives back to the tone. We're spending the whole time talking about the movie thing when we should be talking about the music.
It's relevant. No. We're talking about animation.
because it's still relevant. Yeah,
it is very relevant. It's very true.
It's okay. I'll keep us on track.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna help you out.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Well, that's the whole point of it too, because it's like if you had the Studio Ghibli type link, you'd have the music of what we're reviewing now, and it would all fit together really well. Not saying that they can't get the music right in the live action, but it would fit better with the music of Ghibli and the art style. Like it would flow together really well. So what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
You are looking at a matter of tone.
Exactly.
And if you've watched any number of Ghibli movies, you can tell that yes, there are different levels of conflict that you will have between different things. My Neighbor Totoro is going to be very, very different from Princess Mononoke, which in turn is very, very different from Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yep.
Yep.
But there is still a consistent tone that goes between all of them, because that is the kind of thing that they go for. I say the same thing about Zelda. Despite the fact that we have different adventures, different conflicts, different levels of intensity, everything from Majora's Mask down to Minish Cap, it still all feels like Zelda, primarily because it has the same overall tone, regardless of what specific instances of content you may have there. And so when you start messing with that tone via a music change, a environmental thing, and in this case that we've been talking about, a medium that you're using, 3D, live action, 2D, however you want to define that, you start messing with how the story feels. And that is my core concern when it comes to Zelda. I'm not all that concerned about the plot of the story so much as I care about, does this feel like it's going to be a Zelda movie?
Yeah. Atmosphere is everything. Or it's a big part of Zelda, or what we love about Zelda.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It puts you right in the adventure.
And since we're talking about a movie setting, you're looking at sight and sound. Does it sound like Zelda? Does it look like Zelda?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to point out really quick that the song that we're talking about right now is a reference to Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
This particular song, and Howl is an adaptation of the novel. So Miyazaki adapted that. Now I haven't read the novel. I've heard great things, but he's no stranger to adaptation either. So I don't know if you guys have seen Tales from Earthsea or could getting this wrong, but I believe his son directed that. I don't even think he did, if I'm recalling correctly. And I think the movie is like an adaptation of several. I think there's 4 books in that series, Wizard of Earthsea, and I think it's a combination of I could be lying. It could be 4 of them. But he does take certain liberties, but he does a really good job of being faithful to the mood.
Okay.
The emotions, the feels. I don't really know. It's kind of a useful aside to mention.
Okay. I haven't seen that movie you're talking about, but I have to check it out now.
Yeah. If you love dragons, you're gonna love it.
I do. I very much do.
And Howl's Moving Castle. If you love fantasy and magic, you're gonna love it. But
Okay. Okay. I'll check them out.
Ghibli is one of those soundtracks that you go to whenever
oh my gosh,
you
yes.
are just looking for something peaceful and chill and
Ugh.
soothing.
Not the Mononoke soundtrack. That destroys me.
I was gonna say like that one was a little.
Well, yeah, not the
Ugh.
Mononoke one because that's epic adventure stuff. But
Yeah, no, it's super heavy, but really beautiful too.
That's funny.
That movie, I
I
can't
loved
get
that
into
movie
it.
when it came
I
out.
can't get into it. It's too good.
Yeah, that movie was great.
Right? Like it's too good. In terms of the movie itself, how ambitious it is and what it tries to do.
Zelda's Merry-Go-Round is an interesting title for it because it doesn't really, to me, it doesn't feel like a merry-go-round, but maybe I'm just thinking of like carnival rides, which are a lot more buoyant than this song is. I don't think I could come up with a better title.
I think the original song is like Merry-Go-Round of Life or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's referencing the actual song, the theme from Howl's Moving Castle. I think it's
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look it up. Howl's is not I don't know what the best out of all the Ghibli movies. My best friend, she is more of an expert in it. I've seen it a handful of times.
Well, thank you, Rebecca Corgan, for bringing to light this tune from Medley's Melodies, and thanks once again to Lufus for producing this heartfelt tune. And we're going to pay a quick visit to Yuga's Art Gallery, a series in which we highlight our favorite artwork from the Legend of Zelda community, as well as some official artwork from time to time from the official franchise. But this one, Caitlin Druitt has brought us a piece from Jananas, a French artist, so I apologize immediately for pronunciation errors that I have no doubt implemented here. And the piece is called Not Always a Hero. We will, of course, have this posted on the YouTube channel, and the link will be down below, as will all of our articles. And depicting here a suffering Link. A Link in tears being comforted by is either Princess Zelda or perhaps even the goddess Hylia. This is an interesting position to see Link in, because the way that we see him in games, he is nearly always the stoic figure, bravely charging into danger. He can get emotional. Skyward Sword in particular, he is very emotive, but I don't think we've ever really seen him break down.
I don't know. I think he's kind of derpy in Skyward Sword. I don't know. His face is kind of like meme worthy.
No, dirt,
I don't know. Like there's some moments where he's just like there's no expression there.
No expression would be a straight face. The one that you're talking about, he's frowning and his eyes are bugging out.
But it's at like inappropriate moments. It's just funny. I don't know. It just makes me laugh. But yeah, I mean, I think what you're pointing to is really why I love the manga so much, like the Legend of Zelda adaptation ones, because you see a lot more of Link emoting, like having moments of weakness and like breaking down a little bit more. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I haven't read all of them, but I do remember like
I know Jason is.
Okay, cool. Like Ocarina, I think there's like a lot of emotional moments where Link is like experiencing more like self-doubt. And Majora's 2, Link to the Past.
I remember reading the Link's Awakening one, and he goes through an existential crisis there, as one should in that situation. And there are some emotions there as well.
Yeah, so he becomes like a fully fledged, developed character, and not just like the hero who's there. Like he actually participates in the whole, he reacts to it. So it's more like
in the Twilight Princess manga, there's a part, without spoiling too much, where he goes through it to that degree of the whole doubt and everything, and it ends up bringing out a part of him that he has to deal with. I'm trying to say this in a way where I don't ruin it for people that want to see it, but he goes through that, and they harp on it for a while. It's like a couple chapters of him having to deal with his doubt and fear and all of that, and how it manifests. So it's kind of interesting because we don't really get to see too much of that in the games. I mean, sometimes you don't really realize he's probably not even scared, even though he probably really is scared in the situations he's in. Because you have to have, if you don't have fear, you don't have courage. But I think it's interesting when they explore Link's personality like that, because I think it says more to who he is as the hero of courage or whatever he represents. He has to have these type of emotions to overcome them. He can't just be brave and not fear anything. It doesn't fit who he is. It doesn't even fit the whole courage theme. So I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. We don't want him down himself too much, but just a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
Well, anytime that you have a hero, you don't get to be a hero by just standing there being proclaimed a hero, despite so many prophesied heroes over fiction that we have seen. A hero becomes such by overcoming struggle. You get that in both external and internal conflicts.
Yeah.
Can I do this? Can I fulfill this destiny which has been thrust upon me all by myself? That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody.
Yeah. Do you think maybe Breath of the Wild Link has that more than any of them? Because it's like he literally wakes up and it's like, you gotta save Hyrule. You don't even know who you are. You're gonna have to figure that out too. And you used to be this guy that was, he was the guy, and you got to figure out how to be that, because now you got to be better than that, because that guy he failed. So it's like, I would feel like if anybody had that type of, they had to go through that, it would be that Link. You know what I mean? Like innately, he probably would know some things, but overall, it's like, I don't even know who I am. Like, I just woke up and now I got to go do something.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
No, I don't think Link has very little autonomy ever in any Zelda game. I feel like it's always like someone else is telling him what to do, where to go. So yeah, I don't know. It just, maybe it doesn't weird him out that much. Maybe because he has amnesia, like he forgot. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it is disorienting for sure. And for the player, it's like, it's interesting. I don't know.
A consistent theme in Zelda is when it comes to Link, he is always an outsider.
Yeah.
From the original game, he wanders in and gets asked by this random old woman that he just happened to save from a bunch of monsters, could you save our kingdom? please. Every single time. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I just kind of stumbled into this. I didn't ask for this, but nobody is there. It's kind of funny. The last time we did, I think it was the last time we did Yuga's Art Gallery, the picture was of Zelda, Twilight Princess Zelda, and her struggles and the weight that is on her shoulders.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah.
And so now we've kind of mirrored this almost immediately with now here's Link's struggles, what he's being asked to do. Before, I said this last time, before Breath of the Wild and that whole thing went through, I would have said that nobody has dealt with more pressure than Twilight Princess Zelda. But since you brought it up, Jason, the Link that has been put through the ringer the most.
Zelda 1. No. The sounds of it.
Nah, he just was there doing stuff. He was fine. He really was impressed.
Arguably, they're all, going through something. I don't know, Majora's Mask Link.
Yeah, maybe. But he was already like tried.
The thing about Majora's Mask Link is the fact that he already has,
he has the
he's
experience.
gone through Ocarina of Time already, so he feels a bit more. But you could also argue that means that's 2 adventures, which means that's more stuff that he's had to deal with. I mean, that's why Breath of the Wild Zelda is arguably the most, because she's gone through 2 massive apocalyptic events and has done everything that she did in those games.
But you know what's funny though? I feel like she comes around full circle better than Twilight Princess's Zelda. I feel like she's been through worse than Twilight Princess's Zelda. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
you're not wrong. That is partially due to the happy fantasy, they lived happily ever after, all is at peace type of narrative. You don't get the opportunity to explore post-traumatic stress.
Yeah. Poor Twilight Princess Zelda. She just was like sad the whole time.
She's so emo. She's one of my favorite Zeldas.
I feel so bad for her. She don't even get Link. She doesn't even get Link. Like, if she
yes, because that determines Zelda's happiness.
But at least she would have somebody. She would have somebody at least. She don't even get that. Like,
don't even get me started.
Like, hey, I have somebody, Zelda. Sorry,
they belong together.
Actually, if I didn't have you, if I didn't have
no, the 2 that belong together are Link and Midna.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he didn't have Ilia, he'd have Midna. She still wouldn't be up in the top 2.
This is the closest Link has ever had to a harem.
Oh God.
Oh my God. She still would.
I mean,
imagine the Twilight Princess harem rom-com.
Twilight Princess Link is like the hottest Link, though. He has the side bang and everything.
Well, yeah, he also has the sumo build.
The farmer build.
Less
Twilight
aggressive.
Princess Link is jacked.
He really
is.
is.
Twilight Princess Link is farm strong as well.
That's right, he is.
He's literally farm strong.
He's literally farm strong.
Oh, man. That's wild.
Yeah. It reminds me, actually, of one of my favorite indie games, going back to what we were talking about waking up and not knowing who you are. But have you guys ever played Cave Story?
Mm-mm.
I've heard of it.
Okay, you have to go play it immediately.
I can. I'm recording a podcast right now.
Well, whenever your earliest convenience, sir. It will change your life. It did for me. And it's an indie game. It was made by one guy, and the whole soundtrack and everything. But basically, the plot is the character wakes up in a cave, total amnesia, doesn't know who he is, and then the course of the game, you find out who you are and why you're there and why this conflict war is going on, and all of this stuff is revealed to you. But the character doesn't know who he is, and it's really, really cool, and it's heartbreaking. But I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played it. Cave Story. It's available on Switch. It's available everywhere. And there was a remake for 3DS.
Monogatari.
It is one of my favorite games. Top 3, if not maybe top 5.
Ooh, it's a Metroidvania game.
Changed my life. And if you love Zelda, you'll love it.
You're
It is
speaking my language
so
now.
good. It is so good. Like I could go on and on about why, and there are like certain like similarities between it and Zelda. You know, of duty, and you have to save the world, and everyone's counting on you, and there's a multiple ending scenario whereby you pick one. The
Of course
choices you
there
make
is.
influence what happens, basically, and it's crazy. It's nuts. Like the world will end, or maybe you'll get away, or maybe it won't, and maybe everybody will live. Who knows? But highly recommend you give that a shot if you're looking for something. But it might destroy you a little bit.
Not destroy.
It really does harken back to this idea of like weight on the character, and every choice that you make has is consequential. Yeah, and it's not just the main character. So yeah, that's my little aside there. But I will sing my praises about this game forever because it's so good. And the developer, I'm obsessed with him. His name's Pixel.
One thing I do want to point out that Caitlin points out in this artwork is the fact that there's no sword.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Master Sword is not here. This is Link at probably his most vulnerable. Which, for me, kind of begs a question. Is the Zelda in this picture physically present? Or is Link by himself in this moment?
I don't want to speculate anything.
That's what art is for, sir. Speculate.
Okay. Well, because remember when I was saying about the Twilight Princess manga, when he goes through that period of time where he has to discover himself, blah, blah, blah. That was one of the things that ended up happening with him, whereas going through that separated him. And like I said, I'm trying to do this without spoiling it because people might want to read it. But that was like one of the things that separated him from the Master Sword as well, because apparently you can't really. I mean, if you're not master yourself, you can't master the sword. I'm guessing along those lines. So it's interesting that this artwork is like that because it was like that in the manga as well. Like he had to find himself and get over whatever, blah, 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 in order for him to fully reunite with the Master Sword, which is interesting because if you think about like one of the first, no, not even, think about the first time we ever got a game with the Master Sword. You had to have the three pendants: courage, wisdom, power, to prove to yourself that you're worthy and able to master the Master Sword. So maybe if you don't have that stuff in check, you can't wield it, which is an interesting concept in itself. And yeah,
Okay, cool.
That's pretty neat now I think about it.
So you're saying maybe he failed to do something to acquire the right to use the sword? Maybe in this scenario, or
yeah, like maybe like if you don't have yourself in check, you can't wield it. You know. I mean, because you have to prove yourself being worthy of it anyway to be able to. In most of the games, and pretty much all the games, you have to prove that you're able to. Even when Link in Breath of the Wild, he had the sword for the longest time. He was not at that point when he had to get back to the point where he proved he was able to wield it again. So I'm thinking that's just probably a reoccurring theme with the Master Sword. If you're not at a certain point of like proving yourself or mastering yourself to the degree that you need to be able to wield it, you just can't. You just can't. Like if you try to pull the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild before you're able to, you literally die.
You die, yeah. Which was cool. Really cool mechanic.
You literally
anxiety
die.
Inducing.
How many people have tried that too? I did it a couple times. I was like,
yeah, I totally did. I'm gonna go for it.
He's like, all right, stop it. I'm like, man, I'm about to go. I'm about to finish. Game over. I was like, what? Blew my mind. That was the best thing ever.
Yeah, that was fun.
I do agree that there is some level of worthiness that is required to draw forth the Master Sword. That being said, I don't know if it particularly applies to this moment.
Oh, okay.
Because if this is, again, we're all speculating. Art is interpretive. My reasoning is the implication would be that a moment of weakness or emotional outpouring would imply unworthiness.
Mm.
And call it my personal value set, but I don't think exposing or letting loose your emotions or your insecurities is disqualifying for something like this.
Mm.
The fact that Link is at his most defenseless here, I think, is the point, because he is completely exposed. There is no defense against what you are suffering, because Link, regardless of which game you want to say is the worst or whatever, when you're going through at the moment, Link goes through a lot of physical strain, a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations to uphold. We see Zelda express admiration at Link's undying dedication to his training and to his destiny in Breath of the Wild. Oh, gosh, I forgot where I saw it. There was I think it was a fan animation or something, where they turned it and Link was suddenly questioning, is this what I should be doing? Am I doing what I should be doing? And then you'd hear Zelda's words that she had said echo back. If you had another choice, would you choose a different path? There is a curse that's been laid on these two, as old as the incarnation of the Master Sword, that the goddess and the hero will be forever trapped by the cycle of evil and hatred. Excellent fodder for us in gameplay. That is torturous for those who are doomed to bear the burden.
Yeah.
Is that canon? Yes, I feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Demise uttered it as he was being killed at the end of
Oh,
Skyward
it wasn't
Sword.
Skyward Sword. That does seem very Skyward Sword coded. Yeah. Wow. Can we trust him though? Really? Yes.
When I'd say
That's heavy stuff.
the pronouncement of curses is probably when evil people are at their most take them at face value type of.
They're at their most hateful.
Look, when hateful people are saying hateful things, it's probably best if you believe that they are being hateful. That's a lesson for life.
Yeah.
Believe mean people when they're being mean.
There you go. Well, thank you very much, Caitlin Druitt, for opening this wing of Yuga's Art Gallery. And we now arrive at the feature of the month. Generally, we like to have our feature writer present to discuss what they have thought about and written about. But unfortunately, due to scheduling issues, Dominique Bingham was unable to join us this month. So we shall soldier on without him as we discuss something that seems actually pretty in line with a fantasy adventure for anybody who has spent enough time in the nerdosphere. How familiar are the both of you, or how experienced are the both of you with Dungeons and Dragons?
A good amount. I've played a couple. Not as much as probably more other people I know, but they're fun. They've always been fun.
Absolutely none, and I have no desire to be a part of it. Sorry.
Okay.
Well,
Do you at least understand the concept and what D&D is?
Yeah, it's another hot take though. D&D is playing pretend for adults.
That's not a hot take. That's exactly how I would describe it.
Wait, what did she say? Play and pretend for?
D&D is playing pretend for adults.
Right, and that's cool. Like, there's no shame about it. I'm just saying what it is, you know? I'm telling it like it is. I'm not trying to dress it up. It is that.
there's no need to dress it up because what better thing could you ask for, in my opinion?
Right. I love playing pretend.
Connor, what's it called? Okay, it's funny that you say that, Zara, because what is it called when they actually do it? Is it called
LARPing.
LARPing. Yeah, LARPing.
I know some.
I would have
people who do
thought that was, I
That's
feel like this is just like.
You're super into it. It's like you're not just going to sit around your kitchen table and do it. You're just going to go out into the wilderness and literally reenact or whatever the scenario happens to be. Or it could be like by the beach, or it could be whatever it is you've dreamed up.
LARP is essentially
people who like camping probably like to do that.
No,
think
so D&D
Build a fire.
and other tabletop games of its kind is a bunch of people playing pretend together. LARPing is people playing pretend together with props.
Outdoors, for the most part.
Okay, so for example, for me, the way I always saw D&D was really no different than like Monopoly or some type of like home, like to me it was always just like that. You just did it with fantasy because you could have the board, you could have the dungeon master, you have the rules. Like I kind of feel like it was no different than that. So I don't know why like
Monopoly, D&D Capitalism Edition.
Basically,
D&D,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, Monopoly's a board game where it's just you follow the instructions that are given to you. So not that every game's going to be the same, but it's kind of going to feel the same. There's no like backstory to it where you have a character and all that stuff. I guess D&D adds to that board game mentality of like we start with these base rules, but we have our own.
But you still have to roll.
A world, there's
like
a story.
Like in Monopoly, you still have to roll. You don't.
Really?
You don't just. Yeah. You ever?
But you're playing yourself usually.
Look, he's got the dice. You got the dice, right? You have to
I don't know, man.
So like you'll get in a situation. The dungeon master will say, "You're cornered by."
Let's back up before we get too much into the minutia here. And well, let me give just the overarching idea, because when it comes to playing pretend, that is what tabletop gaming is. At its core, it is no different than what you used to do on the playground. I remember doing this in elementary school during recess. We had a whole bunch of trees in the area, and all of the roots were like out in a bunch of different kind of scenarios. So we could like, this is like a chair. So we'd sit here and we're like, we're in a spaceship. This is the commander's chair. This is where the first officer sits. And you'd come up with your friends all of these hypothetical pretend scenarios. Oh, there's an alien. We got to go fight it. There's a dragon. Oh, no, it's destroying the town. We must save it. All these kinds of things. The only thing that separates something like D&D, Pathfinder, all these different systems from what you used to do on the playground is the rules are there in place to essentially give general balance to the story. That way, you can't have what every 5-year-old would do. Ha! I shot you. No, you didn't. I dodged it. Bang, bang. I shot you again. No, I put up my shield.
Which is
because
kind of more fun. But yeah, no, it just makes it more fair and like logical and more adult.
Makes it more fair. It makes it so there is a little bit less control in the hands of the people who are playing the game. You have a dungeon master or storyteller, whatever the game system calls their facilitator of the game. They describe the environment, the situation, and the players then, the characters, the heroes of this adventure, will then react to the situation. You are in a cave and you see that there is an old guy at a fire. I want to talk to the old guy. Okay, well, and then the situation plays out as interactions happen. Decisions are made depending on the system that you have. Some people will have weapons, magic, technological expertise, whatever that happens to be, and the story grows and develops as actions and reactions to different situations occur.
Yeah, and that's the fun.
D&D, of course, is very fantasy focused. So for something like Zelda, it makes perfect sense that someone, a lot of someones, would want to try and marry the two. The article here, Dominic, highlights a Ocarina of Time setting for a Dungeons & Dragons style adventure. They have a map, they have a set of organizations, which is pretty normal. You can be a whole bunch of different races, like Gorons and Zora, and you carry through the adventure, and different things will happen. If you have been subscribed to Zelda Universe's Twitch channel, pretty much the only consistent thing we have on there right now is a long-running role-playing game. Initially set, I think they've done a whole bunch of crazy things in the few years they've been doing it. Essentially set in Hyrule, or some version of Hyrule.
Yeah, I've seen that, or I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever actually caught a live stream of it.
It's like every other Saturday, I think.
Are you a part of it?
I am not, unfortunately. I wish I was. I remember when they were recruiting volunteers, and I think it wasn't fitting my schedule or something. I've been on it technically once as an incentive when we were doing our ZUCon charity stream.
Yeah.
I'm actually, however, trying to run my own version. Someone put together a full Breath of the Wild tabletop game. It doesn't work with the same set of rules that D&D does, but it's still the same situation where Breath of the Wild, here's your map, here's all the different kind of enemies, here's this rule system you can do, characters, races, and I have a few players that we're trying to get a thing in. I have a general idea of what it is I want to do with it. It's set 30 years before Link wakes up. The really fun thing about it is the fact that since we do it online, I can plug in my Switch to my streaming stuff, and I can show them in-game where they are. So I don't have to necessarily
That's useful.
fully describe what is going on. I can be like, oh, right, you're over here next to this stable, and I can just pull up the stable on the game and like, here's where you are.
Yeah. Dungeon Masters have to be like really good performers, I guess, normally.
Good
Or
narrators.
descriptors, or storytellers, and all of the above.
The most
gotta-
famous of Dungeon Masters are the ones that you will see on live streams, Critical Role, Dimension 20, those kinds of deals. And because it is a show as well as a game, they definitely have a level of performing that they do, and they're trained actors and all that kind of stuff. Those are the ones that tend to have the most following because they are professional grade performers. A lot more fun to watch that way. I like to do fun voices. I like to try and be overly dramatic and whatnot. I love that kind of stuff. I would say when it comes to a Dungeon Master, you need to... Storytelling is probably the best descriptor there for them because they're the narrator. They're basically the outside voice that says, here is what is going on in your world. And then the characters who are actually in it say, I want to do this. As you do this, such and such a thing occurs. And this happens. And then they have to react to that. And, well, that happens. So this thing occurs. And depending on how performative you are, I mean, that will change your presentation style. But it's not strictly necessary.
Would you play this particular campaign of D&D?
It is interesting. It's good that you say that because it's set as a campaign, which is different than
I don't know,
just throwing you out there.
Yeah. So it's like like there's a kit where you can like anybody can do it kind of thing.
Exactly. So a lot of times when people come up with an adventure, they will just have a setting and they will come up with the situation by themselves. That's homebrewing your adventure. Not everybody's particularly good at that. The thing that I am doing is completely homebrewed, and I struggle with it. But there are also campaigns that are published. It's a preset adventure where here's the main problem. Here are some of the things that can happen in the ecosystem of the world that your players may be running into. And then as a dungeon master, you just have to fill in the gaps.
Mm.
When it comes to this, I would need to look more at it. The thing that is appealing to it is the fact that it is set with the Dungeons and Dragons rule set in mind. If you already know how D&D works, this is going to be a lot easier for you to jump in and immediately start playing, because I don't have to learn a whole new system of rules to mess with.
Okay.
With this being an Ocarina of Time map?
Yeah, I liked that.
Well, it takes place after the events of Ocarina of Time. Zelda's like disappeared, and I think the Triforce got separated or something. Well, obviously, because Link is gone. So you're like one of the different races.
I see Majora's Mask on the map.
Yeah, and they have different factions.
Or is that Termina? No, that's not here. No, we're still in Hyrule. Yeah,
Majora's Mask is on the map there in the
it's
forest
in the woods
there.
Or maybe is that? I want to go there. I'm already planning my route here, guys. This is what I'm gonna do.
My route.
I mean, that happens with the game that I am playing. There's a situation that they are dealing with in the southeast area of Hyrule Field, but one of my characters has an intention of going to Zora's domain, and that's just something that they decided they wanted their character to go visit for character purposes. So at some point, we're going to head that direction, and I will have decided that this kind of problem is there, and they're going to have to deal with whatever it is that's going on.
I mean, I can see the appeal for sure, because you have so much more autonomy and a more controlled setting, but it's like kind of, there's so much that you could do. You have to get creative about it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you, it forces you to be creative.
Dungeon masters tend to bear the bulk of it because they are crafting
They're
kind
carrying
of the
the
whole story
world
as itself.
Yeah.
They're carrying a whole world on their back, which is a lot of work to deal with. And so for me,
they're the four giants.
For me as a dungeon master, I adore it when my players put in as much effort into that. This is a character that I have created. This is who I want to be exploring. It's not just this is their name, their race, their class, whatever. I want to know them as characters. This isn't just David the Hylian who is a fighter. This is David who has lived outside of Lon Lon Ranch since his parents moved here 20-some years ago. He loves working at the ranch as a volunteer hand, loves working with the animals there. But then with this thing that has happened and the kingdom has split apart, the place has become kind of an impromptu emergency shelter for refugees as these different factions are warring against each other. So he has taken up the sword to defend his home and the place that he loves so dearly. You get these additional details, and it provides investment for the player, and it fleshes out the world that you are in, which creates a much more immersive experience.
Yeah. This is weird because I think like my character would probably embody someone more like Typhon from Age of Imprisonment, and I think that's what I liked about that game is we got more human type soldier, Link, but not Link-ish characters that instead of just being somebody of high, I mean, they were of high importance, but they were just good fighters, like they, and I don't think we've had too many Zelda games where you've gotten that, because if anybody was important, it was always like a Goron or a Sora or a Rito or some other race. But it was like when it came to Hylians, it was like just Link and Zelda, So I think that was cool that we got that in Age of Imprisonment, so we could see like other type of characters that like can fight without having to be, some type of other race. So I think that kind of gave me more like of insight of like how my character would be in that world if I did something like this, where I could just not be the main guy, but I'm a guy that, like you said, the ranch guy was, and how he grew up, and then he has to go do X, Y, and Z, and I think that's pretty cool. Or maybe it'd be a Kokiri, because they don't get enough love.
They don't. I was thinking about that too.
They don't get enough love, man.
I love them so much. And there's actually you can count how many there are in the whole game.
It's like, oh, Kokiri, you're great. Okay, now the Koroks. It's like, wait, hold on. What happens when they were Kokiri? I liked them when they were Kokiri, and they got
swords. Sick of being kids. They decided to like being twigs instead.
I know. That was
that was weird.
That was a downgrade for sure.
That was a weird day for me.
Yeah. Hey, don't be talking smack about Calamo. He does great.
I love Calamo though. He's amazing.
Calamo's great.
He's definitely an outlier though.
Which one are we talking about?
Calamo is the one in Age of Imprisonment.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
No.
You would like him, Zara, though, to be honest. You would like his character.
Really?
Calamo is trying to find
I've heard of him.
in Hyrule a place for him to put down roots. As it turns out, a Korok will travel the world to find a spot that they like. They will turn into a tree when they find their spot, and then that tree is basically the progenitor of a forest in that area. So if you're ever traveling around, I'm extrapolating just a little bit, but if you're ever traveling around the Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom map, and you find one of those particularly like bulky trees, odds are that was once a Korok.
Bulky trees. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is cool and sad in its own way.
That's
sorry.
Not that sad. I'm not the biggest fan of them anyway, especially because of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Like,
I'm over it. Like, just stop.
Because
going back to our wants for the next Zelda game, one thing that we want is if you're gonna send us on a massive completion quest, at least make the reward worthwhile.
Yeah, agreed.
No more poop.
No more.
They're like, here, there's extra poop this time. Welcome to Tears of the Kingdom, everyone.
Yeah, everybody wants that.
I just sighed. I just sighed when I saw that.
I laughed when I found out that was the thing.
I just sighed. Keep in mind, I had already done 3 separate times of getting 900 Koroks in Breath of the Wild. I was burnt out.
I have the fewest possible to still make the game manageable. I don't know what that number is. I could check later.
That's what I used to do, but like I also did 100% more than once. I don't know what I was thinking. But it's much easier now with Zelda Notes. Download it at a Nintendo app near you.
Oh, it is so good. Oh my gosh.
1,000
so
times
I am 100%ing Tears of the Kingdom, and the app is glorious.
Oh,
yes, this is official?
I won't go so far as to
official.
say it is indispensable, but oh my freaking gosh, it is so nice.
Night and day difference. Night and day.
I'll try it if ever 100%.
It'll be so easy. You can literally just have it tell you where to go. Like literally just say, hey, go west. And the whole time you're just listening to it, and it's accurate. It's pretty accurate.
Oh, it syncs to your game?
It syncs to your game. You can see where you are on the map.
Would it work on the Wii U, though?
No, it's just
it's for
Switch 2.
Oh. Yeah, see? No good to me. I don't have a Switch 2, I just have a Switch.
Nintendo doesn't like the fact you're still playing their old stuff. Okay?
I know,
you should know this by now.
True.
But I don't care.
They don't like it. They're like, Wii U!
To be fair, no system is ever happy with them using their old stuff when you can buy and give them more money.
The shiny new stuff?
I'm never getting rid of my old stuff.
No, I'm not upgrading till I absolutely have to, which we'll see, which might never happen.
I primarily upgraded from the original Switch simply because I never upgraded when past the day one Switch.
Yeah, same.
So I figured it was time for an upgrade.
Yeah, that's fair.
Switch 2 was worth it, though. I very much enjoyed my purchase. I'm getting what I wanted from it, so I have no problem with it at all.
Get it now before it jumps up in price.
Oh, yeah. You heard about that.
I did.
Nintendo, you naughty.
Well, it's not necessarily Nintendo. It's
Who is it then?
America.
Government?
Tariffs.
Yeah, really though.
AI companies buying up all of the RAM and other computer components that are essential for making a game system.
I want to agree with you, but this is the same company, love you Nintendo, that will not dip a price in a game if it could save their life. So yeah. I don't know how to feel.
Look, I'm not saying that Nintendo is completely at fault. Nintendo has its money-grubbing issues. I'm just saying that, one, it's not entirely their fault, and two, they're not the only company that does this.
I know. But Breath of the Wild is how old of a game? That's still full price.
I'm still rocking it on my Wii U over here.
I would say it is still worth it at that price.
It's still full price, boy. They're not hurting. But yeah, it is what it is. We got ours, Connor, so I guess we can't complain. So we're good to go.
I don't see what the problem is. We've been talking about Breath of the Wild for almost 10 years now.
That's
hilarious. Crazy.
That is hilarious.
It'll be 9 years this March.
Come on, Nintendo. Give us some good, wholesome 40th Zelda experience. Give us an amazing year of just 40th Zelda. Come on, I know you can do it. Just give it here.
We're ready.
Let us have it.
And with that heartfelt plea, thank you all so much for joining us here at the Zelda Universe Podcast. Zara, Jason, great to have you both.
Thanks for having us.
Why am I waving? I don't know.
I waved too. No,
but I wanted people to see me, but they can't. You know what, guys? I'm waving.
I'm waving too.
Nobody can see that, but I'm very happy. Very happy to be here.
It was a pleasure to have you guys.
Great to have you all here. Happy 40th to you all, and we will see you next time on the Zelda Universe Podcast.